welcome everybody to another edition of Music and Mixing. I'm DJ Michael Joseph, and if you've never joined us before, basically this show, we talk about all the things in the DJ world. It's primarily based around the mix DJ, but it is kind of for everybody, so we do see everything here. We talk about everything. I'm going to try to get the chat up here in a second so that I can make sure I check everybody out, because we have people viewing from all over the world. Someone already checked in from Mexico City. What's going on, JC? We're seeing the different places. So if you are watching on Facebook or something like that, the chat will show up if you comment on stuff. So I'm there. Trevor's in from Australia. So we have 3 continents so far, which I love that. Well, 2 continents, 3 countries. Like I said, if you never watched the show before, I take a couple minutes at the beginning, say hello to everybody, all that kind of stuff. And then from there, we go on about our topic. And I have a pretty good topic tonight with some neat little new things that I want to share. The topic, I'll talk about it again, is you can teach an old DJ new tricks. And it is about expanding yourself and learning no matter what your age is. And that's what we're going to kind of focus on tonight. So if you are in the chat, or whether you're watching on Facebook or whatever, say hello so I can see you there. From Callie, Clark, what's going on? That is one of the amazing things about this show, is that we have Jacksonville, the far-off exotic land of Jacksonville, Florida, in the house. Hi, Scott. But we have people that get to watch this show from all over the world, and that's what I kind of really like. I think it's so neat that we can touch base with people from literally all over this planet at the same time. Here from my tiny little studio. Built this studio about 12 years ago. I've completely outgrown it, because when I first built the studio, it was not intended for video. I wasn't doing video then like this or anything. All I was doing was editing, mixing, writing music and stuff like that. So this was a room to just sit and write and practice DJing also. So like one side was DJing, one side was the music side. And that has grown into video and all the other stuff that I do here all the time. So kind of outgrowing it, hopefully with the next year or two. Like I said, I was intended to grow this year, but COVID stopped everything, and it is going to be an interesting fall. We don't know what's going to happen on any level of anything. I'm not even going to talk about anything like that, but it's going to be interesting. So it is a time that, again, no one ever gets this opportunity in life where they can just press pause, reset their life. And that's what I've tried to take this past 6 or 8 months and really try to change some things in my life and do some stuff differently. And that's one of the things. We have Canada in the house. What's going on? One of the things that I kind of always say, that you can continue to grow and expand if you choose to. And that's a choice that you have to make, to not say I know everything I need to know, but to move on to other things. And I think that's what's kept me in this business so long, because I know many of you are saying, like, oh, I'm older than you, or I'm your age, and I'm still in it. But I'm doing like the club side, the side that has an age limit, and I'm getting blessed to continue on that. And that's kind of where I'm at with a lot of this stuff. So tonight we're going to talk about learning new tricks. And again, saying hello to everybody in the chat. We got a great chat going on from both Facebook and everywhere else. Thomas, Clark, Robert, Silvio, what's going on? Thank you for tuning into my mix earlier. Tom, hello everybody. If I miss anybody, I apologize, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in to my live set. A couple hours ago, I did a live set. It was all Halloween music, and it was kind of different, but I enjoyed it, so it was what it was. Let me make sure I have all the things up here I want to have up. All right, John, what's going on? Thank you again for tuning in. John was making a comment because when he first tuned in, I was playing some 70s rock, and he thought there was something up, and it was just Halloween stuff, Werewolves of London, and all kinds of stuff like that. So I was playing it all tonight. So again, thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight. We have a lot of people watching, and I appreciate that. So tonight, what I want to talk about is the title of the show is you can teach an old DJ new tricks. And that's one of the things that, like I said, I have been a firm believer in, that if you want to grow and expand, you can if you choose to. I have had several DJ classes in the past 2 months with people from all over the place, and they have been mostly well into adulthood, let's just say that. And I even had a student a couple weeks ago that was older than me. And it just shows that it doesn't matter your age. If you choose to expand your horizons, especially here in the DJ world, there's room for it. You might have a learning curve. It might be difficult, but I guarantee you can do it. What we do, and please don't take this as an insult to anyone, but what we do isn't rocket science. Okay, you don't have to be a genius to do what we do, but you do have to apply yourself. And if you are doing that and learning new things, whether it be on the mixing side, because that's what some of the people are learning, some of the people are wanting to learn stuff about the software side. So I'm doing classes when it's just on the software, how to set software up to do things that you want it to, programming, MIDI mapping, etc. Some people are doing stuff on the decks to learn different buttons, what they do to expand their knowledge of just pressing play. You could always do things to do with your speech, whether it be taking a speech class, different things like that to help yourself be a better public speaker depending on what type of events you do. I know a lot of people have been working on their DMX lately for all their lighting and stuff like that. It all depends on what you want. Basically what I've been trying to do is I'm trying to expand myself beyond the DJ world. So that was kind of my next step, that it wasn't just in the DJ world. I want to think beyond the DJ world, outside the DJ world, and that's kind of what I've been working on a lot lately. So I'm going to share two things with you. There are two websites that one of them was shown to me literally. What day was that? Yesterday or Monday? One of the two, yesterday or Monday. And I thought it was kind of neat, and it is a good way to get up on music that you're not familiar with, because music comes super fast. Now, before as DJs, way back in the day, we were the ones that broke the songs. We were the ones that were playing them first, etc., so on and so forth. Now, they come out to everybody at the exact same time. Hardly anybody gets anything early anymore. So we're all kind of on the same page. But there is a way to stay up with that, because stuff pops up really quick and really high, and it takes a lot of work sometimes just to stay up with the songs. I'm a big fan of Billboard charts, the Billboard Hot 100. I look at the top 40, so basically if it's inside the top 40 and isn't country, I download it, and to have those no matter what. So there's songs that you look at the majority of my music library, all of those songs have been inside the top 40 of Billboard at some point or time, whether it was in for 1 week and out or something like that. But there are other songs that jump in hard and fast and way ahead of everybody else, and those are the more trendy things that are a little bit tough to follow. Like I said, it was yesterday that a friend of mine shared with me a website that he uses, and then I shared with him one that I used, and we both kind of was like, oh, okay, this is neat to look across the two. And a lot of them are up really, really up to date, like day of sort of thing. So the two that I want to share, let me bring this up here. And I want to share, crap, where's the left screen? I think I have a left screen share here. If not, I'm going to have to make one. Nope. Left screen. No. All right, give me a second. I got to get the left. I don't have a left screen here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry about that. You have to bear with me a second here. I may have to switch this up so that I can grab the left screen here and grab that for you guys. I don't know where my left screen went to. I had one that shared just the left screen. All right, so give me 1 second here. I am still here. I have not gone anywhere. I am doing something, so please do not. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted to share. So you guys can all see that, right? Whoever is sending me messages, please stop. All right, so this is called the YouTube charts, and it's basically charts.youtube.com. Okay, so what it is charts that are being played by people on, these are the songs in the order that are played by people on YouTube. And as though you know, there is a lot of people who listen exclusively to YouTube. listen to their music exclusively to YouTube. And it does give you a chance here to look at what's trending, look what's in the U.S., and you kind of get a sea of everything there, what people are playing a lot of to get you the new up-to-date things. The cool thing about this is that you can type in a city. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to type in my city. And it is then going to show me what people in this area have been listening to, if it comes up. So this is what the people in my area have been listening to on YouTube. Again, that is charts.youtube.com, and you can put in whatever city you want. And like I said, it's kind of neat that it looks at the past 30 days, more or less, and it gives you a chance to see them and learn about them. But again, as this stuff pops up, it's definitely a good thing to learn about, because these songs come up so freaking fast sometimes that it's hard to kind of stay on top of things. And that's one of the charts, like I said, that I think is really good as a person. You know, like I said, if you don't listen to this music, if you're not into these, you know, have friends around that are constantly sharing and all this kind of stuff, it's tough to find out what's hot. And like I said, this is beyond just like music charts. This is area specific, different things like that. And another one that is kind of like that is the Spotify chart, because you can look by country. I mean, this one you can look by country too, but the Spotify chart is a little bit different. Again, you have a large number of people that do Spotify, and that is zoomed in really bad. Why is that zoomed in so far? You're going to live with that. But you can go up here to the top. I don't know why it's grabbing that. But you can go up here to the top and you can look at United States or other places. And then you can look at weekly or daily and then pick the day you want over here. So if I want to go daily, this is going to show me what people have been listening to the most today on YouTube. I mean, on Spotify. So these two, just as reference tools, can give you the option to the music that is tough to stay up on because it comes at you so fast. These two alone can give you a new mindset and a new way of loading your musical gun, if you want to say that. I don't know, whatever word you choose. It gives you more colors in your palette because you're able to stay on top of things. If that is something that you need, if you do school dances, it's especially something you need. But those are two places that, like I said, that are kind of new. He shared the one to me, so I would definitely want to do a big thanks to my friend Derek for sharing that with me, the YouTube one, and I shared with him the Spotify one. So we both learned that day, two places, each learned a place that we can learn and find out new music, especially specific to our country, the day, the month, or an area of what people are listening to. And it kind of gives you a sharpened, like I said, a little sharper point. I like to talk about Billboard a lot, and I think of it as a shotgun because it really catches everything wide. Nationwide, it's really open. So there are songs that are popular that don't register on the chart or don't register on the chart for several weeks. So it, to me, is a shotgun. So I make sure I have whatever was in the top 40, and I'm covered on the major super popular songs. But the new stuff, you kind of have to work in there and find where stuff is. Music is the biggest part of what our job is. And I know a lot of you think, no, it's lights, it's presentation. But try to do your job one day without music. It's hard to say that you can. I'm sure somebody could go out and set up lights and talk without music. But it's pretty much the basis of what we do. Like it's hard to do what we do without music. That's the best I can say it. I can't explain it any more than that because it is a big part of what we do. So if you guys have any questions, I see someone in there talking about good luck finding really clean versions for school dances. Dave, I find every single song I find is clean like that. You've just got to hunt and you've got to look beyond what's given to you. I guarantee you can look through mine because it's just the way I play. All I play is clean versions. So all of those songs that I have, all of the other ones, I have clean versions of all of them. They're all out there. You have to look. You can't just go to one service and expect one service to have it. You kind of have to be a little bit and look around for different versions. So that's one of the keys to doing this, is you have to dig a little. It's not, you're not going to go to a website and they just hand you a little folder full of all, here, these are the ones you should have. You got to put the effort in. That's the part about growing, is that it takes a lot of work. You know, they always say about weightlifting, the weight doesn't get lighter, you get stronger. So that's the kind of way of doing that. What link are we sharing out there? Everyone's sharing a link. What's going on with the link? We got quite a few people watching tonight. I appreciate everybody tuning in on that. Do you guys have any questions? Oops, sorry. I am hitting too many buttons. That's what happens when you give me this big giant thing over here to control all the video. So as I press the things that I can control the video and stuff. So you give me stuff like that, that's what I can do. So yeah, so that's kind of the way I want to look at things. And I want this to be an encouragement to you. I don't want it to be something where you feel that I'm talking down to you because you're not trying. I want it to encourage you that you can take it further if you choose to. We're coming into what would normally be your slow season. You know, I don't know how many corporate Christmas parties are going to happen and stuff like that this year. And then after that is normally most of the wedding season, slow season. As a club DJ, I don't have a slow season. I just DJ the same year-round, the same venues every single week until COVID. Then I'm the first one out the door because we're the last ones that are going to be back in. You know, when it comes to the alcohol, that's one of the last things they're going to be letting people back into the clubs to gyrate and on each other and stuff like that. So I'll be probably one of the last ones back to work. But as that winter season comes around, it's a perfect time for you to change and grow, whether it be working on your music library, working on your DJ skills, working on your speaking skills, working on your setup, working on your presentation, working on your website, working on whatever. It's up to you to take that time and grow. But you can, like I said, the people who have been taking my classes are people who have been DJing for years but want to go further. Now, again, you don't have to take a class. You can do the work on your own. There are zillions of videos out there on YouTube on how to do things, everything from music libraries to mixing to scratching to talking to setting up lights, DMX light, all that kind of stuff. It's out there. So if you put in the effort, you can grow. And that's what I want this to be an encouragement to you, that if you ever wanted to give it a try, I had somebody in one of my classes a few weeks ago said, I want to learn basic scratches. So I taught him basic scratches, and that's where it was a good spot to run from. AC1 talked about Shazam. Yes, Shazam is another one that you can look up what people have Shazammed in your area even. So that's one way to find stuff. Shazam's a great tool. I like to use it when I go out to DJ, and so I can find different things that people have, you know, do a search for music. You can walk into a place that's playing music, and you can put it on continuous, so every single song your phone hears, it records, you know, it Shazams what the thing is, so at the end of the night, you can have a list of everything the person played. So there's a lot of really good stuff out there to work with this, and these are all tools. Everything is there for you, whether it be on your phone or on your computer or on your tablet. It's there for everybody. It's not a difficult thing. A lot of them are free, so you get a chance to use a lot of them free. They don't cost anything, and it is a way to grow if you do that. So let's look at the chat and see. We have some questions here. Virtual DJ, if you're playing a song and there's no cue point set, how do you quickly jump to the very beginning of the track? You can program a button to go back to the beginning, but as far as I know, there isn't one on most controllers. On mine, it has what's called a needle drop. So as I tap across here, you can see that thing spinning. So I'm really fast going forward and backwards on the song. So if I want to go back to the beginning, I just slide all the way this way, and I'm back at the beginning of the song. But you can pick a button, whether it be something here, and you can MIDI map it to jump to the front of the song. That would be just a MIDI code putting into a button, like reprogramming a button. And that's basically all you would have to do with that. Again, Traktor's a whole different animal. It's to me, it's so different from Serato and Virtual. It's just its own thing, and it's really tough to kind of compare it. It's really different. So if you're used to Traktor, it's tough to leave Traktor. Yeah, I don't know about the skin. I have no idea because, like I said, I use a different skin than the stock skin, so there might be one on the stock skin. I've never worried about that because I just jump, or if I need to go up if I need to move it and I don't have the needle slide, I can just take the mouse pointer pointed at the beginning, I'm back at the beginning. So that's entirely, like I said, there's not really a way that that I know. Like I said, aside from programming, there are program buttons on there. Let me go over here, bring this up, and here, and I need to go to the stock skin so I can share you guys the stock. I hate the stock skin. I don't hate it. It's good, but it's just not me. All right, so this is where I want to be, I think. Is this the buttons? There they are. So I can share this. Where is my virtual DJ zoomed? Okay, so right here on virtual are 4 buttons that you can program to do whatever you want. So like literally anything. You can do multiple stuff. So I've set these up for people before where they're playing on the right deck. They press one button, it auto mixes to the left deck, and then loads the next song on the right deck. They press the button, it auto mixes to the right deck. So these can be anything. So these buttons here can be programmed to jump back to the beginning if you want. Like I said, I just use the mouse pointer and jump back right here so that I'm in and out of there wherever I want to be. But like I said, as that's playing across there, if I move that slider that I was showing before, all I have to do is take the slider, and here I am moving back and forth that quick on the slider. So that's how I do it. But like I said, there are buttons that you can do, but I just don't mess a lot with that because this kind of has always been there. It's not a default. So like I said, if it was in, if it's a tractor thing, it's a tractor thing. No, I don't know the command for that. I have to look it up. I can't quote a command for that. But like I always tell you, if you want to know, go to the Virtual DJ forum site and ask somebody because that's where information is at. I know, Sylvia, you've told me that you can't find stuff there, but I've never not found something there. I've always, you just got to ask and be patient. The same with Serato. Serato has an incredible forum site that if you have any questions about Serato, you can go there and people can answer that besides all the basic database stuff like that. So, like I said, you'll have to figure out how to program that button. That's where you can program it on virtual. You can make it jump back with anything, or just set simply hold up here. Just set up cue points. So, like, make sure this first one is always your first one. So, if I'm playing, that always takes me back. So, I don't care how far in the song I am. I'm way down in the song. I'm back at the beginning. So, that's a simple way to do it there. Put a cue point at the beginning of every song. But that's pretty much it. Again, I wouldn't even say ask support. Just go to the forums and ask somebody in the forums. Everything's there. So, all right, any other questions? What's going on? Like I said, I want to encourage you guys. I'm switching back on the skin over here because I don't like looking at the stock skin. Boop. Okay, there we go. So what other questions do we have tonight? How are you guys doing? Are you faring through all this? Next Tuesday is going to be a changing day for a lot of us. We kind of have to stay strong no matter what. That's the thing, because we're all in this together. Doesn't matter who wins and who loses. We're all in this together still. The same as it's been for my entire life. I've always seen a group of people that say the president is the worst president ever, and another group say it's the best president ever. Every single president's been that way. So you have to learn to love and understand your neighbor, even if they disagree with you. You have to accept them, because don't you want accepted for you and what you want? But it'll be a challenging time, and if you go through this with a good mindset, and as the COVID cases rise, we still have to stay strong on that too. So this fall is going to be challenging for us, and we have to do our best, and we have to be there for each other and help each other, and that's what I want to encourage you. Along with your business growing, along with your skills growing, you as a person can take the time to grow and understand the world around you a little bit better. Scott Carroll, okay, thank you, Scott, for throwing that in there. Yeah, he's still, like I said, I'm not going to hound on this anymore. I'm going on. Like I said, I gave you your info. That's the best you can do. Somebody's voting for Kanye. I was going to pull it out. I'll do it later. I have a legitimate Nixon Agnew presidential pin, and I was going to wear it. But I was going to show it off online, but I should have wore it tonight maybe just to mess with people. It's like a legitimate, like, old-time thing. So there. So any other questions here? It's been a short night. Like I said, I didn't want to have a whole lot bouncing and hitting you guys in the head tonight other than just an absolute encouragement to take this time. It is a special time. It may take some extra effort. It may take more effort than you're used to, especially if you're in the house with a bunch of people, finding time and space to practice or do things. And like I said, figure out what you can do. Like I said, one of the things I always tell people is, how many hours a day do you watch TV? Eliminate one of those hours and work on something for 1 hour a day. That's it. You would be blown away in 3 days how much you get done in that 1 hour. Somebody's talking about the bars and clubs closing. Yeah, ours really haven't opened other than to if they serve food, they can serve alcohol to people who order food. There's no bar you can walk into and just grab a drink. Someone was telling me last week, and I want to talk about last week. Those of you who hung out, and sorry about the horrendous video quality last week. I've made some changes to my internet here, and hopefully maybe that will help. We are going to have Brian back on. Not Brian. Yeah, him, Jay, from Pioneer. We're definitely going to have him back on. We had a nice little talk afterwards, but we're definitely going to have him back on. We've got some good topics that him and I want to talk about, and I think it's a good discussion between him and I, because we both look at the DJ business from all different types of DJs, because there is a whole lot of different types of DJs, and I know people in the wedding business that think that the wedding business makes up the majority of people who are DJs, but I can tell you that I can go out on any Thursday, Friday, or Saturday in this city and show you hundreds of DJs, maybe 100 DJs on just one street, because every bar and restaurant on that entire street has at least one DJ, if not a DJ downstairs and DJ upstairs. So there are people doing that. There are people doing trivia, because I consider that in the DJ world, doing the trivia and all that kind of stuff. So there's all different types, and you can expand onto other things if you want to. So we're going back to chat here. Somebody said they're doing some virtual. That was what somebody was talking about earlier, that they were doing virtual Halloween parties, which I think that's freaking awesome. That's got to be interesting. I think we as DJs are probably in the future going to start getting some live virtual events. I think you need to be prepared for that, the same way as I tell people you need to embrace streaming music on a software, because it's going to be the norm in the future. I'm telling you. Trust it from a person who remembers when DJs said adamantly, no one will ever DJ with a CD. And then they said, no one will ever DJ with a laptop. And then they said, no one will ever DJ with a controller. But guess what? We are. So keep on saying no one will ever DJ streaming all night. It will happen. Scott said he's going to try Twitch next month. Give it a shot. It can't, like I said, to me, I look at my nights on Twitch, I like tonight. I mean, I didn't have very many people watching, but I did appreciate every person watching. But to me, it's an opportunity to stay fresh on what I'm doing, to keep my skills up in front of an audience, because I can sit here and mix by myself all day long, but it's totally different than when you have people in front of you. So that's part of it there, is to keep things kind of fresh, so that having those people listening, they can see mistakes and different things like that. One of the things I like about doing the things on here is that I can try new transitions and different things. I tried 2 of them tonight that weren't great. They weren't great at all. But that's part of what I want to do, is I want to try different things with songs that aren't the normal what I play. And that's, it kind of makes you grow. Are you aware of any Denon controllers coming down the next few months? Yes. All I can say is expect stuff from Denon and Pioneer before the end of the year. That's all I'm going to say. Scott said he's doing a school Zoom channel on Friday. Someone's talking about green screen. I thought about green screen because I actually have a full green screen on the other side of the basement that I have set up for studio lights and everything. But I'm not real big on that. This here, to me, feels so much warmer. That's why I go with this. But there's nothing wrong with green screens. But like I said, I have a full-size one over there, fully lit and everything, that I use it from time to time filming stuff, but not a lot. Someone's setting they're setting up a photo booth outside for trick-or-treaters. That's cool. There's a way to make some money, do photo booth for trick-or-treaters. Parents would love that. Someone said they're doing a records. That's cool. Scott said he's going to try records. See, that's all part of growing. What you guys are talking about, like for me, I'm talking about mixing skills, different things like that. But trying stuff outside your norm is part of that growing. So all of that is something that helps, and it can. You don't know what can get you a job down the road. You'd be surprised at different things that come up because of you trying things. You know, that trick-or-treat photo booth might become a norm next year. If I'm correct, John Young did a thing for his town, and then the next year when they had their Christmas parade, they had him do the sound for the entire length of the Christmas parade, and he did an incredible job. He did one of the videos, he showed how he did it, and it was amazing. So you never know. And like I said, in this economy and where things are, you have to be creative. I always tell people, don't think like a DJ, think like an entrepreneur. So change your mindset and grow beyond this, because I'm telling you, because of this, things are going to change, and you're going to have to kind of change with it, or you're going to be left behind. So anything else in the chat? I see we have lots of people viewing from everywhere. I'm hoping I'm seeing all the questions, because it's coming in mainly from YouTube here. If anybody else is watching out there on Facebook, because we're hitting like 4 different Facebook things. Ed is saying he's going to be setting up in his front yard playing Halloween videos and running a high-powered laser animation. Oh, that's cool. And showing clouds on the ground. That's very cool. Yeah, that's cool that you guys are doing that kind of stuff. I think it's pretty amazing. But that's how you do it. You know, you don't know what you're going to get down the road. So let's say you do those things, and 6 months down the road, they let us out, and someone go, hey, you did this thing for there. It was really cool. And I'm telling you, they're going to look more at you as a person than your stuff. They're going to say, that guy was fun, that girl was fun, that guy was talented or showed up on time, she was very skilled, and she was very professional. Those are the kind of things that they're going to say, and that's what's going to kind of like have you stay in their mind when it comes to being hired. Dave said he wants to trick-or-treat at Ed's house. Absolutely. Yeah, that's so cool to hear about some of that stuff that you guys are doing. Feel free to shout out in the chat if you're doing anything else. We'll talk about that and discuss it. I'm here with the questions. Again, the decks are set up, so if you have any mixing questions, I'm sorry I couldn't do more about the button thing, but that's, like I said, you can. I would have to sit down because I've never programmed a start button. But for me, I always have the cue buttons here, and that's why I just first one jump back. It's always been something I've been doing since the CD days. The first CD, the CDs that you were able to put cue points, because there for a while you couldn't do anything. For those of you who remember, you had to, if you had a point in a song you wanted to mix, you literally had to jot down the minute and second where you wanted that to be and fast forward in the CD, because there was no cue points or anything back then. It was different. I'm twisting my headphone cord here. So anybody else in the chat? Might be a short show. Like I said, we are definitely going to have Jay back. I appreciate Jay so much for coming out and being a part of that. It was a good conversation. It's still up there in two videos. The problem we had is that when we do the thing that connects all of the places we connect to, like I said, we're at, I think, 8 places or 10 places. This YouTube one, the one that most of you watch on, would not connect. So finally I flipped the switch and flipped it back, and then it connected. As soon as it connected, it started really making things run slow and stop and start, stop and start. And I didn't want to kill that and do it again, and halfway through, everything stopped and then started back up again. So there was a really weird, I'm on the same set, same server, the same program, the same everything that I am tonight, but last week it just kind of like, you know, went kind of crappy on me. So sorry about that. Someone is ripping their CD collection, re-ripping their CD collection. I haven't touched a CD in probably over a decade, well over a decade. So I all mine is here forever in life. Just move forward, buy new video versions and all that kind of stuff. Anybody else in the chat got anything going on? Shout it out. Like I said, we can talk about whatever tonight, or we can cut it early. We have some people leaving already, I see. I appreciate that. Doesn't have to be long, because like I said, I wanted to keep this show where it was exciting, and because it's just me. It's not like when I have other people. It's obviously more fun that way than this, but this is just me. So anybody else in the chat have anything you want to talk about? Otherwise, we can come back next week. People talking about the Ape Lab things. Someone talking about that they're going to take some time in the winter months to work on DMX show to specific songs with Sound Switch. A beautiful program, a beautiful way to really coordinate your show, because if you've ever worked with a lighting person that did the lights for you, the unification of those lights with the music is mind-blowing. But to be able to program that yourself and then walk in there, that was the weird thing, that 25 years ago when I walked into DJ somewhere, a lot of places I DJ'd, clubs had light techs, and their job was to run the lights while I DJ'd. And nowadays, with the computer power that we have, I can walk in with my laptop. If I'm doing a public event with speakers, laptop, doing video, light syncing, everything, all from one laptop by myself. So it has come a long way, and that's why I kind of love technology, because it has taken what we do, and a lot of people said that it's dumbed it down, but I don't think so, because to me, it's just more tools in the toolbox. I really think that it really broadens what we can do if you use the stuff, because here's what I know people get mad about technology in the DJ world, but like I said, things change. What I told you about people would never use a CD player, people never use a laptop, all that stuff. The person who invented the sewing machine had his factory burnt down twice from local seamstresses and tailors, because they didn't think it was fair that he was able to sew so fast with the machine. And that's what they all use now, machines. So as things change and grow in technology, to try to say, no, we're doing this, it's the old way is the best way, you're going to get left behind, because things are going to change. Like I said, I literally remember people complaining. I had a friend of mine one time that looked at, I think it was the CDJ, and said, the first time I ever see one of those in a club will be the last time I DJ. He now owns them. So there you go. Yeah, Scott's saying, if you have questions, send them in, because most of my shows come about from what you guys talk about and ask me questions. That's where most of them come from. Tonight came from, like I said, my friend Derek yesterday showing me the YouTube thing, and I thought, well, that would be a good add-on to the growing part, is that. So, yeah, if you want to learn about, as they're talking about, you're going to get haters. That was my 10-minute TED Talk for Disc Jockey News' DJ Talks, was about how to deal with haters, and I label 6 different categories of haters and how to deal with them. So go watch that video. It's a 10-minute video. It's on, is it on? I don't know if it's on there or not. It might be on the Disc Jockey News YouTube channel. Look for it. It's about haters. Checking up here. Info on my class. So basically, if you want to take my class, contact me and I'll send you the information about it. I am still trying to do the group class. I was talking to John the other day about it, and we're thinking about trying it maybe over on, Vimeo or whatever the other one is, instead of doing it through Zoom. So I am still working on the group class, but the individual classes, you can contact me. We do them through the conferencing software, and you can do them on, if you want to learn about software, learn your software better, if you want to learn about buttons on your controller, if you want to learn about mixing, if you want to learn about music, it can be tailored to whatever you want, because I've had a class a couple weeks ago where a guy said, I have about 10 questions, can I just come in with the 10 questions? And I'm like, absolutely. And I helped him through the different things with just the questions. So contact me directly. I'm on all the social media. Send me a message through one of them. Don't put it in this video, because I only check the comments on videos for about 2 weeks, and then that's it, I'm done. But you can send me a direct message through Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or anything. I'm on all of them. Or send me an email, mj@djmichaeljoseph.com, any of those. Looking at some posts here before we go. He's talking about it's a stress relief. I always tell people, because there are a lot of people that are really grumpy in our business, and I just don't understand that, because our job literally is to celebrate with people. Literally. So whether it be at a wedding, celebrating someone's marriage, at a retirement party or a birthday party, celebrating that, or me DJing at a club or bar, someone celebrating the end of a work week, our job is literally to celebrate with people. And if you can't have fun doing that, you need to get another job. So there. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, if you have any, like I said, questions, contact me directly. I'll talk about the classes, whatever you want. We can be molded together. Like I said, I had 2 last week. They were great, and they were completely different from each other in the way the students learned and what they wanted to know. So it's good. Again, the chill out room is still going on for those of you who want to sit and talk with some other DJs. It's DJNTV.com/chill. It's free. You can just go there and hang out. There's a bunch of other DJs that hang in there. Brian and Jay stop in. I've seen Howie. I've seen everybody. Everybody who's in the chat here, I've probably seen them in there at one time or another. Robin, all of them. Thank you guys for putting that in there. And it gives you a place to hang out and talk. If you do have questions, maybe some of the people there can help, because there's a lot of people in that chill out room that have had years of experience in the business, and they might be able to help you. You asked me if I have a Prime 4. Oh, boy. Do you really want to know, Mac? Yeah, my sign, it changes colors. I have it changing very slowly tonight. Yeah, but I had the Prime 4 in the studio for about 3 weeks. I am not interested in owning it. The platters are way too heavy. I don't really like it. So I'm hoping between now and the end of the year they come out with something new maybe. I mean, because I have 2 7000s, and I'll stick with them. They work. But if I want to switch to something new right now, Denon really isn't giving me anything to go to, because, like I said, I just don't like the Prime 4. Like I said, I learned the Engine Prime software and learned the music and stuff, and you kind of have to start all over from scratch, because, number one, if you have videos, like majority of mine are videos because I DJ videos a lot, those all have to be converted to MP3. So that's the first step before I could move anything over there, is convert all of them to MP3. So, if I'm going to do the standalone. So I'm not, like I said, I had it here in the studio for about 3 weeks, DJ'd on it at the Atlantic City DJ Expo last year. No. Last year, yeah. And for my set in the Denon booth, but I'm at this point I have no interest in owning it. And I apologize to if any Denon people are watching. It just doesn't fit me in what I do. So that's my answer to that. All right, so we've had a good night tonight. I thank everybody. We've had a great group. We've had lots of people hang out the whole time. I appreciate that, both on Facebook and YouTube, all the different places. You guys are freaking awesome. Again, if you want to know about DJ classes, hit me up. I have some stuff coming up. Like I said, I'm still going to keep mixing and keep doing things. There's lots of stuff still coming up on Disc Jockey News. For those of you who missed the virtual expo that we did, was awesome. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. So there's lots that you can learn from Disc Jockey News. Just go to the YouTube channel, discjockeynews.com youtube.com/Disc Jockey News, and search for the topic you're looking for, because I have people ask me stuff, and I'll send them 2 videos that I've done on them in the past couple of years. So almost every topic I've covered at some point or other. So go look at the videos. Someone has done a video that can help you out if you want to learn about stuff. So, yeah, you definitely have, John's talking about, you have, it's wintertime. So what are you going to do? Use it for the best. Don't sit around, lounge around, watching movies and TV. Take the time to grow. Take the time to expand and do things. So that's my encouragement for you guys, because you guys are freaking awesome. Again, if you have any questions, hit me up, classes, whatever, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate it. And let this be an encouragement to you, because, like I said, we are about to enter some weird times, and we've been in the weird times for about 6 or 8 months. We're not out of it yet, so stay strong. Stay strong is all I can say. And if you have trouble, in the winter season is definitely a season where a lot of people get depressed, reach out to someone. Reach out to someone in the DJ community. Reach out to me if you ever feel low. Someone is there. It's going to be there for you, because, like I said, that's where I think a lot of the trouble goes in the world, the disconnection, where you feel you're the only person suffering when you're not. There are other people there with you. So don't let this holiday season crush you, because if you know me, I'm not a people person. I'm not a fan of the holidays, but I tough through it, and I have some people that look out for me, and try to have some people that look out for you too. So until next time, next week, hit me up with questions or topics so I can get a topic for next week. Take care of yourselves, and more importantly, take care of each other. God bless.